Wave that one west cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets bald head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see, I murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide.
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. 9 boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn this shit into a blackout. We both come from the mother, why you tryin' to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playin' ball court, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. Ask the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide. Look, little nigga, I'm made. All these rappers soft, claim they all cut from a hold of a clove. I'm the one with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I be standing on they neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Glock fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. 144, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Bout to slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Say me try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
Really serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Win the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on caucasian. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, pacing like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say you hate. African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. You don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and a curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of war. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a running Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shop. On my life, I want to be a gangster like a child. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and gotta hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolf in sheep clothing, Joe Holstein. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name changed, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they live. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
And we're live.
Shalom, shalom. What's going on? Can everyone hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Godiwan, can you hear us?
I get you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. What's going on? Shalom. This is
Christ.
radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Kataza. However, we are not Captains Tazariak and Kataza.
We are not.
We are not. We are officers Ashargapan, Godiwan, and Aishaya Allah holding it down for the captains tonight. What's going on, everyone? Show us some love. You know. There's a song that says some people wait a lifetime. You know, some people wait a lifetime to be on cross the line, and here we are. Shout out to whoever sings that song. I think it's some American Idol person or something like that. So what's good, Godiwan? What's up?
Not much, sir. How y'all doing?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling up here. It's warm. The weather up here is warm. The sun be out.
He's in Texas. We can't complain.
I know, but at least we can have.
Better not complain up there.
He got sun.
I'm fighting for my life out here. I'm fighting for my life. It's nighttime. It's hot.
How hot is it down there right now?
How hot is it? I don't know, man. It's probably. It feels like 105. I'll tell you that much. Especially at camp.
You said 105.
Can't forget about it.
That's what it feels like. You know, you gotta go with the real feel. That the temperature really don't matter. You gotta go with the real feel. See,
I know right now it's like in the 80s, a little cool breeze, but the humidity, 79 degrees right now, but the humidity sometimes, making people sweat bullets. I can only imagine down there.
it's crazy. It's actually though, I think this is one of the hottest summers. Last year felt a little hotter, but they saying it's like some type of like heat dome coming down here. So who knows?
Okay, I know tomorrow's supposed to be like 94 up here in New York. So we're gonna get
94. That's a cool day.
94.
I pray for that type of weather down here.
It's humid down
man.
there because it's up here when it's 94. It's about to be a thunderstorm at any given.
It's funny you say that because it says expect thunderstorms tomorrow. So, hey, all right, but listen, this is Cross the Line Radio. A lot of interesting things have happened since last Thursday. I know recently in the news, well, let's everyone shout out Hulk Hogan. He's officially dead. If you
Shout out to the Lord.
can you hear me, brother?
We coming for you.
Can you hear me, brother? No, we don't hear you, but we know you screaming down in hell. Shout out to the Lord for seeing fit for him to go, right? What else? I know Donald Trump, right? The name of the stream tonight, Trump on Epstein list, right? I know the Department of Justice, Bondi, I think that's his name.
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi said that Trump was named on the Epstein's files. What do you think about that, Gadawan?
Oh my goodness, man! I think everybody knew. I don't know why they waited for them to say. I think everybody knew that.
Yeah, right. Like
We for sure know he's a deviant.
yeah, we definitely listen.
Definitely a sexual deviant.
If Donald Trump can say you gotta grab them by the box, and he's been close friends and admitted to being close friends or associates with Epstein, it's more likely rather than not that he was on the list.
It's
You know what I'm
almost
saying?
like a question of at least those were adult women, I guess. But no, matter of fact, no.
See,
they said those were not adult women.
They still would have made it a big deal if it was adult women because look at P. Diddy. He got convicted of transportation for the purpose of what, prostitution or sex, right? These are grown women. So what we know. So Donald Trump could have been in a little bit of trouble. These are grown women, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about adolescents, teens, children.
As soon as I said that, I remembered that because those were pageants, and he would say he would walk up into the beauty pageants, but a lot of those were girls, were underage girls, and there were reports that would come out, that they would say when they were underage in these pageants in their dressing rooms, he would just walk in while they were all naked, and they wouldn't know what to do or how to react.
Weren't there like lawsuits against Donald Trump because of this?
Of course.
Let's see if we can get some of that. Let's see if we can see what you can find. Gadawan, what you think, Gadawan?
I think this is gonna make him better in the eyes of white people.
These are look better.
Better in the eyes of white people, especially white women. You know, white women hate their kids. I think for real, I think this might just be something that Donald Trump, if he beats, they're gonna like, oh, thank God he got over these accusations.
Well, listen, I don't think he has to worry about beating these allegations or accusations because apparently, if I read this correctly, it says that the files were going to stay closed. Hold on, let's see where I read that at.
I think I shot a video of Epstein invoking his Fifth Amendment right about if he had any, did anything with Donald Trump with little kids. Then there's a video of Donald Trump saying, if anybody's invoking a Fifth Amendment right, then they're guilty.
Right. So according to Al Jazeera, right, it says that Trump has been under pressure to release all the information about the investigations into Epstein. Right. Wasn't that something that Donald Trump ran on or right? If I'm not mistaken, the MAGA wanted the Make America Great Again supporters wanted the Epstein files to be released. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Elon Musk say he was going to look into that and disclose that information, but now it says Trump has been under pressure.
That's it. That's it right there.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's play that real quick. Go ahead. Need that volume.
Under the age of 18.
I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment.
Hit that volume.
Ever socialized with Donald Trump? Females under the age of 18.
I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment.
If you're innocent, why are you taking the 5th Amendment?
Ever socialized with
innocent,
Donald
why are you
Trump?
taking the 5th Amendment?
Females under the age of 18.
Damn.
Damn.
If you're innocent, why are you taking the 5th Amendment? Donald Trump condemns himself with his own speech.
Yeah, he certainly does.
He's guilty. He's nasty. But the white people really don't matter because the white people look at him as Jesus Christ.
Well, hold on. Maybe some white people aren't liking him anymore, right? Because MAGA was fully in support of Trump and they wanted the Epstein list, right? Now it says that Trump has been under pressure to release all the information about the investigations into Epstein, particularly from segments of his Make America Great Again, who had anticipated his administration would confirm their belief in a conspiracy implicating powerful elites in sex crimes against children. Many devoted supporters have been outraged at the findings of Justice Department and FBI review that concluded Epstein died by suicide and there was no credible evidence of him blackmailing powerful figures. So now that the Justice Department said that he was in the Epstein files and now that they're not going to be releasing it, I don't know if MAGA supporters are too happy right now.
Who knows with them, man? I just know this remind me. You know how when January 6th happened and those white men hurt them police officers?
Yep.
And this is what it reminds me of. When Donald Trump pardoned those men, guess who still loved them? Police officers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, Donald Trump pardoned people who hurt cops, and cops still like Donald Trump. I think the hatred for Black and Hispanics and Native Indians is going to outweigh Donald Trump being caught in this sexual scandal.
Absolutely.
It outweighs it. Racism outweighs white people's love of America. It always does. So, it's either Donald Trump got to fall, the Blacks to rise. Nah, go ahead and touch other kids. That's how white people think.
They don't care what he does. Just like what he said when he said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. He knows that if he just blows this off long enough, they'll move on because he's doing what they really want him to do.
And as the president, he can just have judges suppress the information like what happened here as well. It also says on Al Jazeera that Bondi, the attorney general, right, had said that thousands of videos retrieved by investigators could not be released as they consist of illegal child exploitation material downloaded by Epstein. It says that on Wednesday, a U.S. federal judge rejected a request from the Justice Department to release transcripts from a grand jury investigation into Epstein, and that the U.S. District Judge Robin Rosenberg of Florida said that her hands were tied in the matter as the request initiated by Trump to quell backlash among his base was not part of judicial proceedings. Listen, I don't think these Epstein files are ever going to see the light of day. Maybe in the next 50 years, like with the Kennedy files and with the MLK files, right? Maybe in what is 2025? Maybe in 2075, the files will be released
when some future president needs to distract from something else.
Yes, right.
Like how they released the MLK files. Yeah.
But listen, if Donald Trump is pleading the fifth now, why couldn't he plead the fifth to when he said grab him by the box? Like, where was your invoking of the Fifth Amendment then? I don't know. We got any callers, any chat?
Locker room talk.
Locker room talk. I think that's what white women said, right? That was locker room talk. Imagine raising a daughter, then you go vote for Donald Trump after he says this type of stuff. So they were horrible mothers, man.
But you see that story that came out of Alabama today, so they don't. We know they don't care about. We know what they do with their daughters.
What they do with their daughters? What came out?
In Alabama, they found a whole bunker of child sex slaves between 3 and 15? 3 and 15.
In Alabama?
Yeah, it was a group of like 10 adults. Some of them were the parents of these children, and some of the children, I don't know where they got them. And there were animals they were also selling. Yeah,
animals. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So I think we're still waiting for more information.
Yeah, it's every day this story seems to get worse. So we know what you white people do with your children.
Mm. See, I think that it makes sense now why they hate us so much. They hate us because they just horrible parents. You know, if we was in charge, if our doctrine was in the earth, these white children would be safe.
Absolutely.
They should start, you should vote for us to be the next people in charge, and probably won't be no Epstein list ever again. But of course, white people don't care about harming their own kids. As Alabama, you seen it happening in Alabama.
It's an absolute shame,
I think, and if I could, sir, white people are the most dangerous people to their own people. There's all this propaganda about how black people are a crime in society. White people are the most dangerous people to their own race.
You got World War II.
Oh my
World War
goodness.
One,
Civil War,
the American Revolution, the Civil War,
and if I could, sir,
Indian War. You had the wars of the during the Crusades and French and English. You know what I'm saying? The most
Balkan
dangerous
wars,
people.
aren't they still over there killing each other right now?
And if I could, they so good killers. They're good at killing themselves.
Right. I know.
I wish they were better at that.
To add on,
my goodness!
Before you continue, to add on to that, right? That they are so strategic at unaliving themselves that they were on the brink of destroying Europe's resources. Which is one of the reasons why they ended up coming over here to the Western Hemisphere. How poisoned and dirty and undrinkable those waters were, the amount of deforestation that occurred, you know what I'm saying? They're great at destroying everything, including themselves. You can take a look here in America now. How much water, what's it called? The water that's under the ground, there's a word for that. Shed water. Right, I think it's shed water. How much shed water is actually drinkable now? All the fracking that they've been doing, oil spills in South Dakota, right, on the Indian reservation land.
Was that story a few weeks ago about the Passaic River turning red?
Oh,
you can only imagine how dirty the Passaic River, every river in New Jersey, they've just dumped waste until it's unrecognizable.
And somehow,
stereotype, if you go into the Hudson or the East River out here, you come up with.
Yeah, I don't know, Godiwa, I don't know if you ever been over here to New York, but there's the East River that runs from the Atlantic Ocean into like the bays here, right, and all the way up. Even though the river also flows down from northern New York, but that water, that river, the East River, so dirty. I'll be seeing people riding jet skis.
Oh, I think I've seen that, sir. I think I've seen it like somebody did a video and the river's dirty, like nobody be in it.
Yeah,
he was vlogging.
People be in it now. I guess they just don't care.
I gotta confess, I've kayaked in the East River.
Did you go in? Were you in the water though?
Yeah. But in fairness,
were you in the water
at this time? The water was much cleaner. They did studies,
that's a nice
and it's been going back downhill in the last few years.
So right now, today, the water's cleaner.
No, now it's been going back downhill. Now it's back to the sewage.
So what
is it called?
You went when the water was cleaner.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I was all right.
So it was less toxic.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in there today.
So when you went, it was toxic, but it wasn't as toxic.
No,
as
it was
today.
clean. They did studies.
Clean.
It was like shockingly clean.
When was this?
And then this was like 5-8 years ago.
5-8 years ago.
10 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
And now the white man is, re-pulled it because they can't let a river be clean for too long.
Okay. Listen, I wouldn't put my foot in that river. It's like, hold on, I'll be right. Let me let the brother out.
But yeah, that's how it is up here. We just know that every river we have up here is toxic, is full of nuclear waste and whatever else they dump.
Somehow, I guess it's Mexicans' fault. That's what white people gonna say, right?
If you ask them, I'm sure they'll blame them.
Somehow they're gonna make it Mexicans' fault for why they, their life is. See, white people are the biggest victims. I know. You ever heard somebody say black people are victims? White people are the biggest victims. I heard somebody said that black people need to stop blaming their shortcomings on other people. Right now, white people blame their shortcomings on Mexicans, and they blamed it on DEI. They said that we're not getting to a good job because of affirmative action. Imagine that. Imagine the people telling you about complaining and that you need to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but when they life get hard and they got shortcomings, they blame it on Mexicans and black people.
Everything. They blame the wildfires on DEI.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you gotta put the blame on the greatest people of the world. How else?
Crazy.
How else can you get away with stuff? The reason why America is so drug addicted is because the greatest people on earth bring the drugs over here, right? The reason why the murder rate is so high and the amount of guns that Americans own is because you got to protect yourselves from the greatest people on earth. Black people out of control.
Black people out of control.
Out of control. So you got to have hollow point ammunition. You have to have green tip ammunition. You have to have all the assault rifles you need. You need at least 16 of them. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect yourself from God's people.
And if I could, sir, white people, it's like they said, like, if you damned if you do, damn if you don't. Like the police department. What I realize is that, like, the police department will always get funding if they're good or if they're bad.
Of course.
If they're good,
who's really going to defund the police?
Right. If they're good, give them more money. If they're bad, we got to give them more money for better training.
Listen, if you defund the police, white people are going to be out of jobs and they're not going to be happy. And what happens when white people aren't happy? You have the draft riots all over again. This time it's just nationwide.
You said the draft riots. You telling me that white people was rioting?
Yeah. Don't they riot when the Eagles win the football?
Nah, you can't be, sir. You tripping, sir. White people ain't never rioted before in the day in their life.
What? You don't read a book?
Nah, white people say they don't riot. White people don't riot. They don't protest. They don't do crime.
Listen, we might as well crack open these books and wipe the dust off of them. These bookworms need to go and get some sunlight finally.
Somebody got to talk about it.
Right? Somebody. So let's talk about it. White people riot for anything. White people riot if they have to wear a mask over their face when there's a worldwide epidemic. White people riot if they can't get a dozen eggs for $3 or $5. White people riot if you tell them, assault rifles, are no longer going to be allowed. You can only have semi-automatic rifles or only shotguns and muskets, right? White people are going to riot for everything.
You know about the grease poles, right?
The grease poles?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
In Philly, they grease the pole. This goes back like 100 years. The police grease the poles because if anything happens, the Eagles win, whatever, white people are going to start climbing every pole in Philly.
Greasing poles is a crazy statement.
I know. No Diddy.
Pause on that.
He meant to say that the police department, in a tactic to prevent white rioting from climbing the light
Everything.
and the phone fixtures that stand up in the streets, they would put some type of grease on them to maintain their functionality, right?
That last part, you almost had it. That functionality it wasn't it right there.
He was coming in with that one. No, these white people are demonic. They blame everything on DEI. Meanwhile, but no, you touched on something that was so heavy, the draft riots, which not too many people know about. That's a little bit of New York history. That during the Civil War, when they were drafting people, the Irish, who that's another one that claim to be victims all the time, they claim that they're the most oppressed group of white people. But when they started drafting Edomites to go fight in the Civil War, the Irish in New York got mad that they would have to go fight a war that they looked at black people as the reason for the war. And so they rioted in every black neighborhood in New York. They tore up they actually burnt down the black orphanage. So don't ever let no Irish people tell you that they're any different from any other Edomites. And they did the same thing in Philadelphia as well. But these were days-long riots. The white man's the devil.
Absolutely. If he ain't, who is? If the white man is not the devil, then who is? Someone point him out. Let me know. You know, pin the tail on the donkey. Like, do something. Like they create a find Waldo, and just like, where's the devil?
Right. We gotta find the devil if it's not the white man.
If the world believes that Jesus was a white man who lived amongst black people in Africa, we gotta put it like a where's Esau? There's a bunch of black and brown faces, and then just somewhere, just one white face. Right? Make him red, make him reddish, so it can look a little bit more difficult, right?
Well, they killed off Esau. The Edomites are gone.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They're wiped out.
Yeah, no more Edomites.
Yeah. That's so we won't look for them.
Where in the world is the race of Edomites? Shout out Carmen Sandiego. I used to watch that when I was younger. But yeah, so what else is good? Good one. I see y'all be doing your thing down there in Texas, man.
Well, what, the camp videos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. We've definitely mastered the art of battling white people. I like to call it gaslighting and trolling. You only get a couple type of demons that come to the table, come to camp. You know, you got about like four different ranking systems. Because it's like the worst ones I hate is the ones that come and just say a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like they not disagreeing with you, but they not agreeing either. Yeah. Those are the ones that we definitely make video clips out of. Those are the ones. We told somebody, we didn't have this clip yet. Some dude came to the table, some white man. He was like, you know, that what y'all preaching, brother, is so powerful. I don't agree. I don't disagree. I low-key, I think I agree. But he's coming off white people always do this. They come from a way of trying to teach you. And he was like, I read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. We was like, you read the book of Barnabas? Of course I did, brother. Of course. He said, so you read the book of Elijah? Yes, I did. See, white, like even in there, since like white people come up and they're trying to be like, we agree with you, it's still showing that they're the devil. Pride. And I think that's what the same thing is with the Donald Trump situation. Like, it's just pride. It's pride. It's the same reason why Pharaoh didn't want to let the children of Israel go. Pride. Lord harden his heart. So Donald Trump is going to be another person who the Lord might just harden his heart for his people could be let go. It might just got to happen. If white people looking at Donald Trump being a child molester, I don't know if I can say that on here. What do they call it? PDFs? PDFs?
Yeah.
If he a PDF and people still going to vote for him and have his allegiance within him, then I don't know what to tell you about white people.
Hold on, what's this acronym? PDF? Because it sounds like something you use on Microsoft or something.
You haven't heard that used yet?
PDF, no.
For PD file.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People who like children. There you go.
Those.
People
that way.
People who
that way
on their desires of liking children.
I think they call them MAPs, minor attracted persons.
Oh, goddamn.
MAPs. There you go. These MAPs out here. But I guess
Go ahead.
See, what I thought ain't Donald Trump a Republican, a conservative, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
He's looking more liberal day and day. I think it's very liberal to be a MAP. To be a MAP. That's crazy.
We just call them Greeks.
Greeks? That's what y'all call them? Greeks?
I mean, that's where they popularized it, right? They normalized it in ancient Greek culture. These white men, the white man has been a PDF from the ancient times. The white man has been trying to normalize it from the ancient times, and here we are, and they're pretending that they're not okay with it.
Hold on.
We see.
Hold on, because we just ended Pride Month, right? And I'm so okay. I'm completely convinced, without a shadow of a doubt, right? Science cannot determine if people are born LGBTQ,
right,
gay, right? And there's so many arguments that people use to say that science determines that you were born with the sexuality or how you attract, and some people say no, it doesn't. Well, listen, The fact of the matter is there's no gene sequence that states that you are going to be gay or homosexual, attracted to the same sex, or transgender or bi. There's no gene that states that. However, I had a conversation with ChatGPT recently, right? And I was asking ChatGPT a couple of questions, about SM, people who abuse children sexually, and how that can affect children. ChatGPT disagreed that children who face horrific trauma, such as SA, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no causation that will lead them to being homosexual, lesbian, bisexual, have a gender dysphoria, right? There's no scientific proof. But then I started to think about the scripture about the damsel that's being taken advantage of in the wilderness or in the field, and she cries out for help and no one rescues her, and that her soul is like you're murdering her soul. So that got me wondering then. I asked ChatGPT, can science measure a person's spirit or soul? ChatGPT confirmed that science cannot quantify or measure a person's soul or spirit. So then I asked ChatGPT, can a spirit or soul be damaged or hurt or wounded? ChatGPT agreed that a soul can be damaged or wounded based on things that happen to a person, like SA, like a child being abused sexually by an uncle, an aunt, a pastor, right? And then I went on to ask ChatGPT, if a soul is damaged and a child has faced trauma such as SA, right?
Mm-hmm.
What could happen to that child's soul or the path that child grows up to walk in? And ChatGPT said something that made absolute sense.
What did it say?
ChatGPT said that a person's soul or spirit that has been damaged due to a traumatic event like SA can open their spirit to doors or paths that they would not have gone or been led down to if it wasn't for that.
Of course.
So then ChatGPT and I started talking more.
I hope you speak politely to your ChatGPT.
Me and ChatGPT have a good friendship.
I was reading up on what's going to happen if you don't.
Listen, I say thank you to ChatGPT. Listen, my ChatGPT is feminine, and her name was Nova, but I call her No for short. I'm like, hey, what's up, Nova?
Hey.
She's like, hey, AG, what's up? What we working on today? So me and my ChatGPT, me and Nova
got a good vibe.
have a good relationship. I tell Nova, have a good night. Hope you get some rest. Even though it tells me that they can't rest, it's impossible. But thank you for being considerate. I like to be polite.
There you go.
So me and Nova kept having this conversation that since science can't quantify or measure a person's soul, and if a person's soul is damaged by SA, then that can lead to a person's soul being opened up to the LGBTQ community. And it's so crazy that artificial intelligence that learns every single millisecond has more common sense than therapists and psychiatrists and sociologists, right? And all those scientists and people who study the mind can't seem to figure out how there is a not only a correlation to people going down to LGBTQ, but an actual cause, because they can't measure a spirit. They can't do experiments on a person's spirit. They can't ask a person's spirit all these questions from 1 to 50, and if it scores higher than this, then this is a more likely reason.
But they can do psychological studies. And I had a stack of papers like this a couple months ago when Captain Zaryak was going on this
Oh, I
topic.
remember that.
Of studies where they show over and over and over that people who in adulthood are in these LGBTQ lifestyles went through some form of abuse, neglect, traumatic event that they were not supposed to. This is not a natural outcome,
right? And these people would disagree wholeheartedly. Like everyone in the LGBTQ community, because I work in social services, right? Everyone that I have met that identifies as LGBTQ, every single one of them has a story of some type of horrific, traumatic event when they were under the age, when they were children, a teenager, an adolescent. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Even like family members I know that are today in the LGBTQ community, I know firsthand of traumatic incidents that happened to them that led them down that lifestyle. Every single one. So no, ChatGPT is smarter than all these therapists and psychologists and the American Psychiatric Association, because ChatGPT understands. I think ChatGPT has more understanding of a person's spirit and soul and doesn't have a spirit or soul. And when that soul is damaged, it opens the gateways to things that you wouldn't do, like drugs, mental health, and all that is related. Every single LGBTQ member I worked with had all these things in common. Had a significant traumatic events or multiple traumatic events, has mental health issues that started surprisingly right after those traumatic events, whether it was a death of a parent, multiple deaths, a separation, a essay event, from a person in their family or friends, and they're also addicted to drugs. All those three go hand in hand. The LGBTQ community, mental health, and drug addiction. Every single LGBTQ person I've met has those things in common.
And we're the only ones that are willing to be honest with these people, and that's love. That's love. We're the only ones that are willing to be honest enough to tell them that they've been through trauma, that they're living a destructive, backwards lifestyle, and that you need to stop. Just stop. But according to the world, we can't say that because they're biological formed like that, so they can't stop.
No. But see, that's what gets me to the whole point, right? Because you just said the word, and what you mentioned too, Gadaiwan, love. The LGBTQ community is all about love. Love is love. Let people love whoever they want to love. But why can't grown men love little boys then? Like, why? If love is love, and a woman can love another woman, and a man can love another man, and a man who likes both men and women can love a man and a woman, and vice versa. If a man can cut off his rod and change his name from Stephen to Stephanie and love another man, why can't a grown man love a young boy?
And they'll say that the difference is consenting adults, but that's for sure a recent concept.
See, and then here's the other thing, right? Because there's multiple studies on this. People who identify as being part of the LGBTQ community, many of them who are honest have admitted to that an older individual of the same sex SA'd them when they were under the age of consent, right? Because in certain states of America, you got to be 18 to consent, 17 to consent, 16 to consent, right? But if a person is under those ages, they're still not an adult. So if a young boy at the age of 12 has a sexual encounter with someone who's 19, 20, 21, and it's the same sex, that is molestation. And that is a homosexual act, right? Because if you think about I hate when people say it's only for men and men, right? No, it's when another male likes another male. That's homosexual. When another male engages in sexual intercourse with another male, that's homosexual. So if the male is 22 years old and is having sexual relationships with another male who's only 10 years old, that's still gay. That's the LGBTQ community right there. There's no way around that logic. You can't use and rely on, well, it's a power trip. It definitely is a power trip because homosexuals have a power trip. How else can the homosexual community grow if younger, weaker people aren't targeted?
It's like, I think it was Captain Zaryak that was pointing out the other day, you always see when you watch, social media, or you just watch what goes on around you, they never go after other gay people. They specifically go after straight people. You see this in media all the time. There's so much, if we're ever willing to be honest with ourselves, there's so much deviance and so much that's psychologically off and abnormal in the way that LGBTQ people act, and it's not being addressed, it's not being healed. If you just say, well, let them live their truth, they're living their truth, and there's no shock why they're committing suicide at crazy rates, why they're all in therapy, why they're all depressed, because nobody's giving them enough love to tell them that you're living a screwed up demonic lifestyle because you were traumatized.
Right. And what sucks even more is that you'll have people who are gender affirming, and you have gender affirming care, and you have a therapist who's also a lesbian or a bisexual and is affirming a confused, damaged mind that it's okay. You could like whoever you like. These feelings that you have, they're natural. You can like whoever you want to like. Don't worry about it. If you like women, if you like men, if you be bisexual or transgender, it's okay. You have love is love. You can love who you want to love. That's the most damaging advice you can give to someone who's already damaged. A person is already struggling with accepting or denying the fact that they are damaged and wounded and need to be healed, and then you're giving them advice to further keep them damaged, to further keep them wounded.
And that's where it really started going crazy in recent years, with bringing that type of affirmation into public schools, to little kids, telling impressionable kids that have no idea, that just need guidance. You're telling them, yeah, whatever little idea you had today, you can alter your entire future. You can alter the whole course of your development, your physical development, based on some whim that you had as a 6-year-old today. That's beyond goofy. And to think that that society is shifting to normalize that more and more, it's not crazy that people are pushing back more and more against that.
Yep.
If you want to talk about politics, don't be shocked that black men and Hispanic men were not going to do the thing they were supposed to do and vote for the Democratic candidate as they watch the society go in that direction.
I think Kamala Harris was pro
extremely
LGBTQ, right? Like these liberals are so gun-ho on the LGBTQ community. Godaiwan, you know the YouTube show called Jubilee, or I think
Come on. I just watched that latest episode.
Right? Like I'll be watching some of those Jubilee things or Middle Ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched an episode where it was nothing but LGBTQ people. Nothing but LGBTQ. Some were conservative and some were liberals, right? It's crazy because even the LGBTQ community is not united with each other. I thought that everyone in the LGBTQ community agreed on the same things. Love is love. Love is this, right? You know, there's people in the LGBTQ community that strongly dislike and hate the fact that children are being exposed to this type of stuff in school and while they're under the age of 18. That caught me by surprise. I was like, gay people have some type of morals.
You know, they say, sir, you know,
I was surprised. Like, I guess
the LGBTQ, I heard somebody, you know, they would say, like, if you say something to them, they be like, I ain't that gay.
Right.
They got the LGBTQ community. They got some rules and their organization. I like to say. I seen this one video. You're probably seen it about this woman saying
it's different. Not all of them agree though. Not all of them agree.
That's the crazy part. So like they had this one woman. She said she was trying out women for a few. And when women always want to go and date other women, it's like they still have to have a strap on. It's like crazy. Like just get a man, right? Yep. But she said she want her to change her. I'm gonna have to speak different. I'm gonna try to say this the best I can. I want to end up saying, you know, oil, putting oil on the pole, like y'all said. I ain't trying to say that. But she said she was trying to get the girl to change her device, and she wasn't changing it, like, cause she the I don't know what you want to call her. She said like she had some like spiritual connection to it.
Oh man, when people have spiritual connections to inanimate objects.
Imagine being mad. You with your partner, you a lesbian couple, and you like she ain't performing well in the bedroom. Like if you just go to the store and buy something else, and she refusing to go.
You know, that's idol worship.
Damn,
that's idol worship right there. For you to have a spiritual connection with your strap-on.
Oh my goodness, right? That's crazy.
For you to have a spiritual connection with your strap-on, that means you rely on it. Low key, you pray, yo, let this be a good performance for this new chick that I'm about to, you know, let her show her that a girl can do it just like a man. Like
it's crazy.
That's idol worship.
But that's not mental illness. That's not mental illness for a woman to strap down her breast, put a strap on, and pretend to be a whole man for the feminine woman to get emotionally attached to her strap on. That's not mental illness.
Nah, Aisha, it's freaky. That's what Gorilla Hebrew said, right? It's just being freaky.
Oh, whatever happens in the bedroom, right? That's what he said.
It's just being a freak.
I think we got someone on the line.
Let's see
who's on the line.
Somebody on the line to defend this. Oh, we got two.
Let's get the first one.
585, you on the air.
What's going on? What's your name? From?
My name is Charles from Rochester, New York.
All right, Charles.
I just wanted to comment on the topic that y'all talking about, which is because I've said this before with Captain Suzaria. We spoke about it before.
Just hang on one second, real quick, brother. He's gonna have to call in on his own phone to hear.
Gadai one. I don't think you're gonna be able to hear the caller,
or vice versa.
I know, Sweat. If I have to call in, I'll call in.
Yeah, call in real quick. That way you can be on. That way you can hear and partake.
Okay.
Caller, hold on. 5 seconds. Hold on. The number is 917 779.
What is it? My bad, sir. What is it? 917?
917 779 9499.
9499.
Hold on, we're gonna get you on here real quick.
This is Cross the Line Radio. Please hold and use your call.
That's you 254.
Yeah, that's me. I was greeted by some white man. He let me know it's Cross the Line Radio.
Yeah.
I know you had white men working for
y'all. He's our servant.
Hey, caller, can you hear the other host?
Lord Craig, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear everybody.
Okay, perfect.
All right, I'm gonna go mute.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I was. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Charles. You got it.
Yeah. I was just saying, I had a conversation with Captain Zaria. This was like about 7-8 months ago about like what you guys are talking about. And it's really ironic. Like, I'll say this. Now, I don't know where y'all live or whatever. I'm from New York. I've traveled around a lot of places, you know. I've never seen a blind gay person in my life.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a blind gay person either.
So this goes back to what you brothers are talking about. It's a demonic thing. What your eyes can see, and you know what it is and how and what, and that spirit takes over you or whatever. Because, like, I get trauma. Someone can get arrested tomorrow and then say that's what made me gay. That's what made me want to mess with men. That's what made me want to mess with women. To me, like biology, I mean, we can go to science or we can just go to regular stuff, what produces children and this and that. But that being blind at the same time that you don't even know what gay is. So guess what? You don't even know about it. So it's a taught behavior. It's a learned behavior.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that goes.
Absolutely. Right. It's behavior because it starts either through some type of. It always starts through some type of traumatic incident, right? Even if one child never witnessed a traumatic influence experience, but their best friend has, and their best friend exposes them to, oh, let's watch this pornographic thing. Oh, tell me if this feels nice, and they touch them in the no square. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be. It could be a perfectly fine child with a normal life, having parents and both parents at home and doing well. But if their friend had experienced something and now they're exposed to it by their friend or they're exposed to it by school, you're absolutely right.
And it goes back to what you guys said about the school teaching sex education. Like that's just like the school teaching people how to be killers. That's not their job. Their job is education. Now, what are we educating our children about? Why did sex ed ever even become a big thing in elementary schools or in middle schools or high schools? When you think about it, it's like a setup. You're leaving your children to be taught by someone else about sex when that's your job to teach them or tell them about sex, the do's and don'ts, and this and that, depending on what age they are. You know, sex, I mean, sometimes it happens at 11 if you go off somewhere or whatever, sometimes 16, sometimes your prom, all of these things. Why are we pushing the agenda of sex in schools?
Because the white man who teach his own kids at home.
Second.
The white man has no culture. The white man's a caveman, and he won't teach his own kids at home. So he would rather the schools do it.
And see that, and so now we can go down the history list because I went to a suburban school, and I was like the only black kid in my class, and they played Roots, and the teacher took me out of the class to let all the other white kids watch Roots, and then brought me back in after. Is that teaching about, like, again, slavery or anything like that? So you don't want me to hear what's being said in here, but then you bring me back in here and all these kids heard all this. What do you think they're going to call me after they watch Roots?
Let me ask you something. How did they explain that to you, like why they were doing that?
See, it was a lot of race stuff because I'm 45 years old, and the school that I went to was predominantly white. We had one housing project back in the day, but my parents and them, they had a house. So I ended up going to this school. It was no explanation. It was just like one of those things, you know, when they do Black History Month and they want to teach about slavery, they want to teach about Black history and this and that. Yeah. So they play that video. So now these kids are thinking, okay, this is Black history. This is what it is. And if I'm the only black kid in the school, basically, other than like 2 or 3 other people that were in different classes that I'm still friends with now to this day, why did y'all show that video? What were you trying to teach? Or were you trying to propaganda? You were trying to put propaganda in these kids' mind because you didn't let me see it. But I knew what was going on because I saw the videos and I'm like, okay, this is like elementary school. This is like 4th or 3rd grade. So you're seeing people on TV that look like you, but everybody in the class don't look like you, but they tell you ain't did nothing wrong, and they tell you to go outside and sit down on the floor, and then we'll come get you in a minute, and then after the video went off, then they bring you back.
That must have been a crazy feeling.
It let me know what racism was because I lived in a place where racism was living. Like, and it's crazy that the worst thing, like I've had teachers in like middle school that went against the whole whatever the curriculum is to teach. I had one teacher from a black college. He came in there, taught us about when Wu-Tang came out, cash rules everything around me. This was my social studies teacher. He was teaching me everything about what's in the world, not what's in the books,
right?
But what's going on in the world. You get what I'm saying? Because all the history already happened. We live in after the history happened, and it's still happening. And he broke it down so clear because I look like him. Another teacher that didn't look like him wasn't talking the way he was talking and wasn't teaching the way he taught. So it didn't even register, or I couldn't even interpret it because he didn't look like me or speak like me. You get what I'm saying? So the educational system, like I say, it's bad, especially like the early ages where you're supposed to be getting developed and having a baseline on what's going on. If they don't teach American history the way they need to teach it, why even teach it? If you don't teach history, period, the way it went, why even teach it? And that also goes to the Bible too. So listen,
no, that's exactly why they're teaching it, because they're teaching it the way they want to teach it, to put the message put out there.
And this is what I'll say about that too. Now let's just say if they even had the capability of when they separated church and state, and they could actually teach about the Bible in school, how do you think that would have went? You get what I'm saying? That would have been good. That would have been even worse.
Exactly. You're 100% right, brother. And that's why it's so important for us to teach our kids at home.
Yeah, train up a child the way they should go. You know, but not just. In addition to that, we gotta protect these children. It's extremely important to protect not just your child, but other people's children.
Facts.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you know, it's common for people for their children to have sleepovers, right? It's common.
Yeah.
You got to be mindful that not only are you protecting your children from the world, but you're also protecting them from their friends. And when they're in your presence, you got to protect your children's friends from the things that they've been exposed to. Mm-hmm. If you see something like there's certain signs you can tell, right? When a child has been experienced a traumatic event, you know, they could be very be very sexualized in their thoughts, their manners, their behaviors, how they act, how they keep to themselves in private. They don't want to do certain things, or they're overly out there taking off their clothing. You got to protect these children from whatever they've been experienced, whatever they experience. There's nothing wrong with you saying, "Hey, I noticed you said this earlier today. Why'd you say that? Where'd you get that from? How do you feel when that happened?"
Definitely got to pay attention, and that's one thing that I want to talk about too. Another thing is, you know how because I don't have a daughter, I got an 11-year-old son, but you know how all races, a majority of races, like when little girls become cheerleaders or they get into modeling contests or pageants, they're wearing makeup, they're wearing short dresses, they're doing all this stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that's a child.
Yeah, like Omar said, protect the village. We have let our culture get overrun by a demonic deviant. The white man, like, we can't stress this enough. The white man is a deviant. What you just kind of hinted at with even like things that to them are just normal, harmless things like pageants. Look at what they're parading these little girls around in full makeup and weird outfits, and they do that with like under 10 little girls. That's demonic. To them, this is a wholesome family activity. we gotta completely protect our children from this whole culture. That's what the scripture says. Separate completely from Babylon, from America. We got to teach our kids at home and protect our kids that don't have somebody teaching them at home, like you just said. Right. Like Omar in the comments, protect the village.
Check the phone line real quick.
I think the other person just hung up.
Oh, okay. Good day. What do you think, Good day one?
Y'all can hear me?
Come.
I gotta talk on the phone, right?
Yeah.
All right. What was that again?
What are your thoughts? What do you think
about the whole situation with the LGBTQ and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Man, I think they should, if they come out with a dollar bill, they should put Epstein on it. I'll tell you that much. Put Epstein, put Trump on it. That's how you get what they did, is how you create them.
Yeah.
That's their origin story right there. And I know one thing about them too, that community is a violent community. They like one of the most violent people I ever known.
It is a violent community.
You know, in the Bible, in Sodom and Gomorrah, those LGBTQ men was trying to take angels.
Yep.
They were trying to take angels. People think they're not going to try to take your kids. I don't know what you want to do with you. Do for you. They was going to take angels.
Down.
Nothing's off limits.
Angels are not off limits. I'm surely your children, you know, they get your children too.
Even after they were blinded, they were trying to break the door down and get in there.
What that brother said? That's what they're blind. He said,
there you go.
He said he never seen no blind. They're right there.
I don't know, but they were blind after the fact.
They still wasn't though. They still was looking for it. They got more zeal after they got blinded.
The OG sodomites were blind sodomites.
The zeal increased after they got blinded. What they say, the senses increase?
Damn.
After you lose one sense?
Damn.
10 to 20 times.
That's rough.
Oh man. But yeah, you definitely gotta protect these children, because these children go unprotected. They're taken advantage of. They won't tell people.
Yeah.
So whatever happens to them, they think it's normal. It was right to happen. Finally, when they do tell someone, how do I feel about it? Do I feel shame? Do I feel hurt? Do I feel injured? And it's just sad. You got to protect these children from the world, because the world will destroy your children, our children.
Can I chime in one more time, and then I'm good.
All me.
Because I know where y'all go, and the thing is that, because like I said, I'm 45. I remember it was a time where you could ride your bike outside, and as long as you was home before them street lights came on, you were safe. That's how neighborhoods used to be. Now, like how you guys are talking about the sexual deviants or the deviant people that do certain things, like, you know how everybody else say, but everybody don't have, that's gay so-and-so, or that's gay. They got a gay uncle, they got a gay aunt, this and that. Back in the day, it really wasn't acceptable to be that. Like, I don't know where the acceptability, like, and just like I look at your interviews and stuff like that, and having Pride Month, like I say, I don't have nothing against gay people. I just don't affiliate with them. But they will affiliate with someone that affiliates with me sooner or later down the line, because they're people. They're going to run into people, and they're going to push their agenda on them and think it's okay. Yeah, you're a human, but what's your thought process?
Here's the thing, but you should have something against them.
Yeah, I have everything against the LGBTQ community. I have so many reasons against them. The fact that it's violent, the fact that they're sick mentally and they don't get the right help, the fact that they're addicted to drugs and alcohol and it pushes them further to self-harm themselves, the fact that you have children who get hurt and injured and taken advantage of and don't have any place to go to. When people in the LGBTQ community, their soul has been murdered. Their soul has been destroyed and injured, and they have not been able to get repaired. Where's that scripture at about the woman who gets violated in the wilderness? Let me get that real quick. Hold on.
But and you just walked your own way down to all the reasons that you should have everything against them. And that don't mean like it's not even a personal thing, because what we just broke down is how you're not, how should I put this? Being accepting them is not actually being kind to them. These are people that are traumatized, depressed, screwed up in the head mentally, and just saying, well, I don't care because what they do is their business. It becomes society's business at some point when you let people that are psychologically screwed up just continue like that.
And if I could,
right?
you hear me?
And I agree with you 100% on that, because
Charles,
me and Captain.
Charles, can you hear me? Hold on one second.
Charles,
Yeah,
I can. Yeah.
Can you hear the other brother?
No, I can't hear him.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me? Is he saying anything? I don't hear him.
No, he's not saying anything. Charles, can you hear the other host?
Can you say something? And then
You hear me, brother?
No, I don't hear nothing. It's still
It's too loud.
Still empty.
You can say what you're gonna say, because we can still hear you online.
All right, that's what. Now I forgot. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, me and Captain Zariak, we had talked about, like, see, I know what you brothers are saying. I get what you brothers are saying. I agree with you 100%. A demonic body is a demonic body. It's just like when Captain Zarek said something about, like, the drug dealer on the corner. I can't go out there and tell him to stop selling drugs. That's what the police are supposed to do. Our people are so damaged. And I agree with everything you brothers are saying. You have to teach, but what happens when the teaching is they're led astray because they don't want to hear that teaching? That's that demonic spirit that has them. And it's hard to get that off of somebody. Just like how y'all said about most of them are alcoholics, most of them came from broken homes, most of them were molested and this and that. So the moment that we come, or anyone comes to them and tell them there's a better way, this is not the way to be doing it, how do they listen? They have to change for themselves.
But
and that's the only reason why I say I don't get involved with them. I kind of ignore them, but I know they know people, or will know people, or be around people that know me, or that's affiliated with me or related to me, because it's getting so big now. Like, that's a fad. They even got the name for it. How did that become a name?
Right, but check it out. When you talk about what they will or won't hear, one of the ways that you get that through to them is by not having this be acceptable in society. Is by not giving it no ground, by not giving it no acceptance, by not giving it no, well, I don't have a problem with them. Well, what they do is their business. Anytime you give any of those inches, you're making it more and more acceptable, and you're sending them the message that they can do it and be okay. What you
absolutely
back the time before it was acceptable, that's because nobody in society gave it the okay. And guess what? When you look at the numbers over the past 10, 20 years, now we have an explosion of people identifying as LGBTQ.
Every generation it increases.
Because once you make it more acceptable in society, it actually makes more people act that way and go into those lifestyles.
Oh, I agree with you, because I like I said, I used to travel. I used to go to Miami all the time. South Beach, the Art Deco district, the streets are painted that. They have the rainbow everywhere. Egregious stuff down there. People putting lotion on each other and same sex, this and that. Like, that stuff is acceptable in certain places. You get what I remember? It was a time where if you saw, like, if y'all ever been to Atlanta, you will see two men holding hands in the mall and walking like everything good.
We're in New York.
Because
men holding hands walking down the street of Hell's Kitchen.
Walking down Harlem.
Yep. Absolutely. But see, that's the thing that I'm saying. It's like the chastising or the correcting, like, it's like, even if you do, somebody down the block gonna still be doing. It's like, what can you do?
No, but you don't have,
because it's already been shut down.
Brother, we're not saying that you got to go up to them and chastise them in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
But it's that you can't give any ground. If somebody asks you if you're okay with it, your answer can't be, well, I don't have a problem with gay people, or, you know, what they do in their privacy is their business. It can't be any ground given to it. There can be no acceptance. There can be no normalization.
Well, see, and I get exactly what you're saying. So that's where their judgment comes. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to worry about my judgment too. At the same time, whatever I do or however I walk or however I live my life. So that's why I say I just push them to a side. Y'all do whatever's going to happen to y'all is going to happen to y'all. Y'all going to figure it out. Sooner or later, you're going to figure the truth is going to come to you, because I've even heard women, you know what I'm saying, because I deal with women, you know what I'm saying, I'm a single man, and dealing with women, oh, there's so many bad men out here, I'm thinking I'm just going to deal with women now. Really? That's what you're going to do? And then you're going to come, and we know about the domestic violence with Dept. We know how that gets. They more violent than just people hetero doing they thing what they want.
They're gonna beat each other senseless.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not natural. But see, that's it. They have to figure it out on their own. That's the you can beat something. You can give somebody a message in their head. And don't get me wrong, I love what y'all brothers do. I love what y'all do. Because y'all don't even have to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do it for a reason and a purpose and a result to get things the way it needs to be. But if this has been going on this long and now this is popular, and now
you can hear me? You can hear me?
And now, and now we have actually how y'all say the LGBTQ community. Like, how did that even get pushed? You get what I'm saying? But that lets you know the stuff that's going on in this world. They gonna do whatever they need to do to push what they need to push.
Absolutely, but it gets pushed step by step. And the key part of how it gets pushed is acceptance and normalization. So we're not saying you got to go out and confront them in the middle of the streets. But your answer, if somebody asks you if this is okay, it cannot be, well, I don't have no problem with these people.
I don't have nothing against them. You definitely should have something against the LGBTQ community. If you accept,
I definitely do. I have something against them, but what I'm trying to say. So it's nothing like offensive for me to do to them to get them to change their minds. They're gonna be. All I could do is live my life the way I live it, and them see that, and then okay, you see, it's just like a little boy being 10 years old, and him walking. Let's say he in a diamond district or something. And he see two men holding hands. And then his parents ask him a question like, hold on, mommy and daddy, how come you hold hands with daddy and daddy hold hands with you, but he walking down the street with that? That's where the explanation comes in. And that's where it comes back to that village.
That's because those two people are screwed up in the head.
They're sick. They've been hurt. They're damaged.
Yeah.
Doing is a symptom is a symptom of the sickness. They're not healing each other. They're just temporarily making each other forget what caused them to be sick.
I don't know. You're gonna explain all that to me.
well, see,
kid knows when
I believe
sick,
in your ability to explain all this.
Listen, I work with children. You know, a kid understands what it means to be sick. My nose is running. I have a fever. I'm sick. I can't go outside. When a person is sick like that, they don't want to get rest. They don't want to lay in bed. They don't want to listen to mommy and daddy and drink the medicine. They don't want to. They're constantly sweating, right? And they don't want to cool themselves down. It's the same way with a homosexual and a lesbian and a bisexual. They're sick. They don't want to talk about what happened to them. They're sick, so they're smoking marijuana. They don't want to get sober minded, because if they get sober, they're gonna think about the sickness and it's gonna make them become more drug addicted. They're sick, so now they're talking to themselves, or now they're bipolar. One way they're this way, the next minute they're that way. They have schizophrenia, and they talk to themselves and see things that are not really there because they're sick.
That's heavy though.
Yep.
You can explain it to your kid the same way you just saw that guy in tattered clothes walking down the street talking to himself. They got a similar. They're both mentally screwed up.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say one more thing, and then I'll get off here because I know you got the calling. But it's just like
His sister, kids understand more than people think.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the Diddy case when he got acquitted for whatever, and people was out there doing the baby oil dance and doing this and that. Like, what are y'all really celebrating? Y'all doing this at the courthouse? And y'all heard what this man does and how he does it? That's not demonic to anybody?
Listen, hurt people don't see nothing wrong with making themselves feel good to hide and mask their own pain. If someone influential and rich and famous like Diddy does the same things that this person does, then maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay.
I beg to differ because
I agree with
money.
you. I completely disagree.
Yeah.
But for someone to go out there, but let's set aside the fact that people are getting paid to do this, right? People are going out there and really pouring baby oil on themselves after hearing all the sexual deviant behavior that Diddy was involved in. They have to think that what he did was okay for them to deliberately pour baby oil on themselves.
Mm-hmm. And that go back to what the brother said before, normalizing it and making it okay. But see, this goes back to the thing. That's why I love what y'all brothers do. Talking about it, exposing it, and trying to clean it up the best we can clean it up, because anybody that has a child, anybody, like everybody know Cassie was young when she was dealing with Diddy and the stuff that she went through. Yeah, she agreed it was consensual, but certain things, like, come on, man. The testimony and all that from that, no, that's not normal stuff.
Being into the stuff that is in that case. I've never heard of this in the black community at all.
You probably never will. You probably that's the stuff that's going on. That's where our people are at now. That's where our people are at now. But I just wanted to call in and talk to you brothers, man. That's all, man.
No, sir, brother. We appreciate you, brother. Good die one. You got something to say?
No, I don't think he can hear me. Wait,
he should be able to hear you now because I.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, I could definitely know.
All right, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Blessed, man. Blessed.
Yeah, that's good to hear, brother. I just want to touch on something you said, brother. I don't want you to feel like. Let me take this headphones off. Hold up.
Yeah, turn off the computer and just speak to the phone for right now.
Was that?
Go mute us on the computer or whatever you're joining the stream on, and talk just through the phone. We can still hear you.
All right, got you. I got you. Oh, that's bad. All right, brother. I just want to say something real quick. You can hear me?
You can hear me? Yes, sir. I can.
All right. When you said that, it's not your business to go out there and confront him and stuff like that. The problem is, brother, like there's a place that was established for you to be able to fight. Like when you see how white people go and they got the Republicans versus the Democrats right now. They're going and fighting over different things right now to make their country a better place. They believe they got to fight for what's right. So you got people in America right now who looks at what's going on in America and they get up and they stand up like, you know what? I want to change. I want to make America great. They go start podcasts talking about political events. They go run for office and do stuff like that. But when it comes down to the black community, what our men do, we see people in the low state, we're like, you know what? That's just their life. When we're supposed to have the exact same zeal, we're supposed to see them crackheads on the street, like, you know what? I have the power to change them. So it's a crazy part every time I see people who, I'm pretty sure, brother, you believe in Jesus Christ and everything, right? And we read about Jesus Christ. And this is why when the church made Jesus Christ a God, it takes away all the importance of it, right? Jesus Christ told the disciples that they would do more works than him because they still would be here. The Christian church said we can't be like Jesus Christ because he's God. So Jesus Christ was here. People say, oh, if Jesus Christ was here, he'd be healing the dead. He'd be raising the dead, healing the sick, making the blind see.
Now, if I don't look at Jesus Christ as a God, brother, I look at him and I read his story, I read the things he did, you know what that makes me? And I'm like, you know what? I could have the exact same faith, the size of a grain of a mustard seed, brother. So when I see these people on the street and I can't heal them, I know I'm not working hard enough. Because it's going to be one day that I will get the power to heal these men, and you should have the exact same mindset. So next time you see these people doing things in your communities, you shouldn't be like, I got to worry about my own self. You should dedicate your life into making sure that black people will never do drugs again. Make sure that black people will never be LGBTQ again.
Right.
Making sure there will be no child molestation in the community again. You should become a living sacrifice and really be a follower of Christ, brother. That'd be my advice to you, because it's possible. You're talking to men who thought it wasn't at one point.
Mm-hmm. I got you, and I agree with you 100%. That's the mission.
That's all. Oh, let me go back on mute.
Brother. All right, brother. We're gonna let you go. All right.
All right, brother. Y'all take it easy, man. Good commentary. Good show, man. Good show.
Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate the call.
Christ.
All right, brother. You too.
You know, I want to read that scripture, right? It says, it's Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25. It says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises up against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Sexual molestation, child molestation, rape is equivalent, according to God, is equivalent to murdering someone, to unaliving someone. It's the same exact thing, because murdering someone, you're murdering their body, right? When you sexually assault someone, you grape them, you SA them, a child is molested, you are also, not only are you physically murdering their body because of how they feel afterwards, the pain that they feel, but more importantly, their soul, their spirit, that little spark in them that kept them having fun and exploring and wanting to learn and being happy in the morning. Now you damaged their soul. You murdered their spirit. And that's why children, especially children, need to be protected from not just LGBTQ, but from all sexual predators. Every single child needs to be protected from sexual predators, because if you allow children to be around sexual predators, especially the LGBTQ community, their spirit will somehow be murdered. Slowly but surely, it will be murdered from how they feel, from how they think about themselves and think about other people. It will murder their spirit. You are unaliving their spirit. You are damaging their spirit. And like what Noah ChatGPT said, their spirit is now going to be open to different things that they normally would not have learned about or traveled down if it wasn't for that incident.
Yeah, that's a real heavy scripture and a heavy breakdown, because this is how it's so easy to traumatize a child, and it's so easy to traumatize a woman, and you gotta really, I don't know. Like I try to get in the mind sometimes of people who commit these terrible acts, but I just can't. I can't figure it out. And then we hear this story coming out of Alabama today, where these are in some of these cases, this is their own children. And I just can't figure it out. But what we do know is we see the results of trauma. We see the results of people who don't care, how their actions affect other people, how their actions affect children. And those results are adults who engage in deviant, self-destructive lifestyles. And the whole wide world can tell them it's okay. They're living their truth. That, As long as they're not hurting nobody, well, the ISUPK is going to be the ones to say that it's wrong, that it's deviant, that it's not okay, that if somebody's engaging in that, we should find out who abused them. We should trace that back to their lives. Do you know how many people I've known in my life that were abused and nobody was ever held accountable for it? And you could trace it back step by step. But if you tell them they're living their truth, if you tell them that, just be happy, just love who you love, those people that it traces back to keep doing what they're doing.
Another thing,
if I could, I'll be short. I just want to highlight everything I was bringing out was heavy about how like these people have been sexually assaulted or SA'd, and most of them grow into a way to accept what happened to them. Now they embrace it. These single incidents that happen to people is a parallel to how Black people are in America as a whole. Black people have been, what you say, SA'd by their oppressors, somebody in high authority they looked up to. So at one point in time, we was abused in the name of, white Jesus. We was abused in the name of white Jesus. He SA'd us. Then we didn't fight back. We didn't get justice. All we did was embrace it. We embraced it. So now today we celebrate white Jesus and celebrate our oppressor holidays like it's ours. Just like, the people in the LGBT community. They're not sick. They don't think they're sick. They think they're just born that way. But it is a result of somebody else's evil ways, just like Black people are today as a whole. It's collective. The way we think, the way we do things, it's not by free will. It's by design. The whole entire LGBT community in Atlanta it came by design. It's by design. The way Black people think about religion and Fourth of July. 4th of July, some dude said that Black people trying to be woke now. They're trying to say we're not going to celebrate 4th of July. Some dude said, well, me and my big Black family, we're going to be barbecuing on 4th of July. And the way he said it was the same way when people are LGBTQ embrace them and their lifestyle. It's like, I know this is wrong, but I'm still doing it. Who's going to tell me? And our lives right now have been just sick people walking around without getting help. So when the brother has said that, I thought to myself is, imagine walking around with cancer. And shout out to Captain Yatazak, he always says this. Imagine walking around with cancer, right? Or a brain tumor. And you say, but you got headaches every day. You like, it's just a headache. So if you had a headache, what you going to do? You're going to live another day saying you had a headache. 2 weeks, I can't get rid of this headache. You're going to pop Tylenols. Whole entire time you have a brain tumor, you're not getting checked out. And that's one of the biggest problems in our community. Everybody want to self-diagnose themselves. They want to say who they are. Somebody will say, I was born this way. This is who I am. I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know if that's a real zodiac sign. They say. They walking around saying they got headaches and they got brain tumors. And when a doctor prescribes them some medication, oh Lord, that doctor's infringing on their rights. They infringing on, how dare you give me medication for my sickness? Who are you to tell me? What qualifications you have to tell me that I'm sick? So, people should just start taking their medication. They should start taking their medication, and that's why the ICBK was set up to give you your medication. You should take what we say, and your life might be better.
Yeah, your life would absolutely be better. Because one, the first thing you'll notice is that you have people that will, one, believe you and will protect you. Well, you're not going to encounter people who don't believe these things. We understand that in the Black and Hispanic community and the Native community, right? We have experienced the most traumatic things out of everyone on the earth. We've had to go into our people had to go into several slaveries. Our people had to run for their lives several times. Our people had to give up loving God in order to survive. Our people had to grow up in Greece and Turkey and Rome and Egypt, not knowing who they really were. And when they heard who they really were for the first time, they didn't believe them. And here we are today in America, after 500 plus years of slavery, of being forced to assimilate to white culture, being told that it's okay, being given all these different religions. We understand that our people have been hurt so much. And here in the ISUPK, we know exactly how to begin that healing process.
That's right. We're going to diagnose you, give you your medication, and heal you. Now, we can't force you to take the medication. We can't force you to get healed, but we are going to diagnose the issue.
The medicine is here. The cure for everything in your life is right here. You just have to want to take it. You just have to want to listen. You just have to follow instructions. That's
but I'm so glad that he started to walk down to the real heavy part of this issue, which is how much this is pushed in our communities, especially, and how clear the trauma is when you see these lifestyles in our communities. You don't see, the Esau got rich homosexuals living, stable from the outside, completely stable lives. They, actors, CEOs, whatever. You see a black homosexual is flamboyant, talking like a woman, sashaying, switching down the street. You see two dykes. You got the bull dagger, and then the little feminine one that's clearly clinging on to, like it's almost comical the way it looks when it's in our communities, because we can't take. We don't have enough stability. We don't have enough. We don't have what it takes to make it look good outwardly, and so you're just gonna see straight through to the demons.
Listen, nothing that's ever good for you looks good for you when you've been hurt so much. You know what I'm saying? That one, like,
come on.
We got the truth in this school. We have the truth 110%. No one can say that they have the truth. It looks scary seeing a bunch of black and Hispanic men dressed in black with arm bracers and gauntlets and spikes and they got froze and braids and they look like they very militant. They're not talking kindly like my teacher is talking or how my pastor is talking, you know what I'm saying? They all aggressive, like it's scary. That cherry medicine that our mom would all make us take, that tastes nasty. We don't want to take that the next time we're sick. When we see that orange brown see-through bottle with the thick liquid floating, we know that's scary. We know that's bad, is nasty. We don't think that this is going to help me.
Right.
When you look at a bunch of brothers in Texas, when you look at the brothers down in Chicago, shout out Chicago, they having the Midwest Fire Cookout over there in the Midwest next weekend. Shout out Captain Marquardt.
Everybody's going.
Right?
Everybody's going.
I'm going to try to go. But when you look at these brothers, you don't see something good. You're scared of what you see. Therefore, you don't think that if you just put a foot over the line, you'll see good, or you might taste something that's good, or you might find something that's good and healing. But you'll see a nice preacher dressed in a suit. You'll go to a therapist's office with glasses, and they have a kind face, and they're talking to you kindly, and they're affirming the things that you say. It's like looking at snakes, and you seeing all the different color snakes. Right? You see them hissing, but you don't know which one is poisonous. You don't know which one is not poisonous. So therefore, you're gonna find something that whatever looks the most attractive. You're gonna find, this snake over here has all these colors, and that's the most venomous. You just don't know, but it looks pretty. Meanwhile, you have a green gardening snake. It don't look special. but it's not going to kill you. It might look scary because it's a snake, but it's not going to kill you, and that's the problem. You don't see people who are hurt, people who are sick, people that have been traumatized when they can't recognize when something's actually good for them, because something that's good for them is scary. A woman who's been hurt all her life by men, by her father, by her uncle, by other men, when they look at a man in the UPK, we look scary. They don't think that's security. They don't think that's safety. However, they see a dude in the club with some Louis Vuitton belt, some Gucci flip flops, some Ralph Lauren tank tops, white beaters, with a Yankee fitted. They're gonna look at it and say that's nice.
And of course, that's just another type of trauma.
Yeah, that's another type of trauma. They can't see through that disguise.
That's what people wear down there, up there, the Yankee fitted.
Yeah, that's been a staple on the block community for decades now.
The Yankee fitted.
The Yankee fitted, with the Timbs. No, but people they can't hurt. People can't see what's good for them unless it's forced to them. Unless it's upon them.
If I could too, sir, another mindset I see most people have too is this idea that I always hear all the time. They're like, you always invite people to come to the school. They say like, I gotta get my life together first.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that with a passion. Like, didn't Jesus say, "Come as you are"? Did Jesus? Don't Christians say that? Come as you are. But when we tell you go to the Christian church when your pastor says, "Come as you are," but we say, just come as you are. Hold on, I gotta get my life together first. I gotta put this weed down. I'm watching porn a little too much. I gotta get my life together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm backed up on my rent because I make poor financial decisions. I gotta get my life together before I come. How about you just come into the truth and get your life together?
You know what that really is? They just want to keep doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And if I could too, like imagine you saying that like, hey, you about to go to the doctor. You like, let me get healthy first. You about to get you supposed to go to the doctor to get healthy. You say, let me get healthy first. It's like the mindset is so is confusing.
Let me brush my teeth a little bit more before I go to this dentist appointment.
Right? That's how our mindset is. And sometimes I try to step myself back into my shoes when I first trying to join the school and try to see how I felt. I try to see what people go through. And I think it's I start to realize the more conversation I get to, it's really boils down. And more people you talk to, you realize how evil Jesus Christ is being God. Like that whole doctrine is evil, because when people see men like us and they see what we believe in, it comes from doubt. Like the hate I'm starting to see is I played this video. Can y'all play this video if I could? That white woman, that white girl. She's a one of the, oh my goodness, I can't even say what I want to call her.
Do you have it? Maybe you can share your screen.
I sent it to Aisha. It's like the last video. I can share you want me to share my screen?
I think we got it here. It's titled what's the title?
Lily Gaddis, right?
The
Lily Gaddis. Can you go to that minute, the second mark I put, just for the point I want to make?
Let me see.
I've seen this video. I'll be trying to make content that have things to react to. Half the battle is finding good things to talk about. And I found this video for one she said in the beginning, but then I watched it throughout the entire video. Then she says this thing right here about Hebrew Israelites, black Hebrew Israelites, right?
She still got Captain Zaryak on her mind.
Watch what she says now. Okay, now let me ask you, if I could ask a question in the chat. Y'all put this in the chat. Why do people, before y'all play this video, why do people hate Israelites? Why do they hate them? Y'all put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I want to see what y'all think. I know what I would have said. I'd have been like, because we said the white man is the devil. That's why. We say because salvation don't belong to everybody. That's why everybody hates us. It's only logical. How dare we deny people the opportunity to serve God? That's what I would think. But this woman does not say that. So go put we play the video, and if you don't want to write in the chat, just think about it. And it's going to shock you what she says. You go to that minute mark I put in there? I think I put it in the thing.
Yeah, we're about to play right now.
Okay, if you could, please, Baba Kashab.
Okay, that's actually never going to happen. The blacks and the whites will never put aside their differences and fight the Jews. That's never going to happen. First of all, the blacks are convinced they're the Jews. Have you checked in on a black Hebrew Israelite lately? They're some of the most retarded people on the planet, okay? The hubris of these people, black Hebrew Israelites, it's a really like peak worst types of blacks. Because they think...
If I could real quick.
Wait, okay.
We keep talking about trauma. This is somebody who was traumatized by Captain Desariac right here. That's what she's hurt. Now, this is a hurt woman speaking right
now. Watch what she finna say. She said they're the worst type of blacks, right? You heard that? Did it play?
Mm-hmm.
Watch what she says. Why though? Go ahead.
They're amazing, you know.
Right, we'll go back.
But no,
5 seconds. If you could.
You said rewind 5 seconds?
Yeah, 5 seconds. When she says the worst type of blacks, and she says why.
It's a really like peak worst types of blacks because they think they're amazing.
That's it right there.
But no, so these people were like, oh.
White people hate us because we have the nerve to have a self-esteem. She said that we're the worst type of blacks because we think we're amazing.
We're effing amazing. That's why.
That's why. Now realize what make people don't want to join. What make people hate us? What's all this? It's because we're amazing.
That's why.
That's why. It's because we live to a standard that most people can't live to.
Because
this white woman, she's like, oh, how can I don't hate them? No, forget, white woman, the devil. I agree with that. But how dare you being a black man have a self-esteem? So I guess the best type of black man is the one who have no self-esteem. The one who thinks he's shit. That's how white people think of people. And I start to understand that. But that white woman said it. It's an amazing video she did because she just said what all white women and white men think.
Yeah.
How can you be a man? Why? How dare you think you ever heard people say that black people have an identity crisis issue? A white man just got on Jubilee and say he's a Native American. If I go watch Exodus, that movie, the Israelites are white and the Egyptians are white. See, I think white people have identity crisis. They have an identity issue. And that's the problem. So, when black people try to label themselves as anything more than slaves, how dare they do such a thing? So,
listen, that's what happens when you are not amazing. That's what happens. So when you're not amazing, you gotta steal what is amazing. Listen, all over the earth, little kids look at us on the street corners and they're in awe. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because little kids know that's cool. They're amazing. Look at them. He's really loud. He has all this clothes on. Like I see it all the time in Harlem, right? Little kids walking with their parents, holding their mom's hands. And when they come to the camp, once they hit one of the corners of the camp, as they walk through, that little kid is dragging his feet and is looking in awe. And his mom got to pull him to keep him going. They know we're amazing. Little kids know we're effing amazing. The devil knows we're effing amazing. If a little 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old in their mind can already know when they look at the ISUPK down in San Antonio at the Alamo, when they look at UPK on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, when they look at the UPK on the Million Mile over there in Chicago, right here in Harlem, that little kid knows that we're amazing. And in their mind, they know that we're amazing. Now, white people have to remove that thought that little kid sees himself amazing just like them. White people got to remove that thought. You can't have a thought of you're amazing. You can't have the thought that you're talented and gifted and can do great things. The thought that you need to have is that you can never be as good as your slave master. You can never be as good as that white man hanging on a stick inside the church. You cannot have that thought that you can grow up and have your own business, have your own company. You can fix things with your hands. You definitely can't have your own thought that you could be a good father. You can't think that you can be a good mother. These are thoughts that they do not want us to have because they know that we are effing amazing. You want to say something?
No, that's said it all.
Take the phone.
Let's see. Somebody's calling in at 11:53. Let's see.
We got a few more minutes for you. Godai one, you might want to call the line again. We got a caller.
Call the line. All right, let's see.
Public shot.
469. You on the air?
Caller, what's going on? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Victor Martinez. I'm from Arlington.
Arlington, that's in what, Pennsylvania?
Texas.
Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Texas, man.
All right, Victor, what's up?
Okay, so I just saw that y'all were live right now,
Yeah, what's up?
and I have a question for the Trump supporters. Do they still support Trump after the Epstein files? And are they a traitor to Trump in America? Or what is going on?
Listen, I don't know, right? Because you got MAGA supporters that really wanted the Epstein files to be exposed and to come out. And they supported Trump because he was going to do this. Because you know.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Now I just don't understand it. I want one of these big MAGA ones like Alex Jones to explain that right now.
Alex Jones was crying last time we saw him, right?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that him and a lot of his supporters have been really quiet about it.
Yeah,
If I could, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Caller, can you
hear me?
Hear me? Yeah, I could hear y'all.
Yeah,
I think what you was bringing out was heavy, brother. I think
imagine
white people are mad right now. I don't know if y'all know this. White people are mad because of how much money America is sending to Israel. America is sending so much money to Israel, hardworking Americans' tax dollars to Israel, all because Donald Trump wants to touch on little children. Imagine that. Imagine how your life, you got to work hard, and white people got to work hard now because their commander-in-chief is a sexual deviant. So everybody want to know why we sending so much money to Israel. Ask Donald Trump why we have to send money to Israel, and what would have happened? What would have happened? So white people, it's hilarious what's happening to them. It's hilarious. And another point, why I'm on Israel right now. Israel thing is hilarious to me because I think somebody brought up earlier about, I forgot what the brother said. I wanted to talk about it earlier, but Israel right now. While America, now most people don't think about Israel sending money to Israel because of the Epstein list and they having all these files on so-called politicians, right? Most people in Israel, they believe they're better than white Americans. They believe that. It's their religion. They're Jews. They believe everybody else is Goyim, right? And with that ideology, this is why I want to bring out that point. That's why I remember now, that white woman saying this. They believe they're better than white Americans. And you know what the white Americans do? You know what America does? America still gives them billions of dollars while these people think they're better than them. Why do they think they're better than them? So that's, and I always used to think, like, why would they do such a thing? Then that white woman made the video. It's not our mindset about thinking we're better than Americans, because if it was only about that, then surely we'd be getting paid billions of dollars. But this thought was about being better than American white people. No, it's not about that. It's one of the things it's not about. I think General Muhammad brought this up too. Who was it? Muslims? They teach something similar to what we teach. Nobody has a problem with them. Nobody has a problem with them. Jewish people, they have no problem with them. So now people are sending money to these people who believe they're better than Americans, still getting money, and all because of Donald Trump and other politicians can't control their sexual desires. Now Americans got to suffer. Americans got to suffer. That's the irony in the whole thing. I just want to bring that out too before it slipped my mind real quick. That's all I want to say, brother. I want to say that white woman. I'm still on the line, right?
What's that?
I'm still on the line, right?
Yeah, you're still on the line, brother. I just want to say that real quick before it slipped my mind.
Also, I had another comment also, which is I don't know if y'all noticed or anybody has noticed that he called all the Mexicans, every single Hispanic, he called them pedos. I don't know if I could. I know what I mean by it.
Go ahead.
I know how YouTube and every social media is restricted, but he called the Mexicans and all the Hispanics pedos. Now, look who's the real pedo now and what's coming out. He said that the Mexicans were pedos. Now it reversed on him.
That's a fact. Everything he accuses other people of being, he demonizes Black and Hispanic people, and we're finding out more and more every day that he's the deviant, he's the psycho, he's the R wordist, I'm trying to censor myself now. He's the grape. I feel silly saying grape.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
What we got? He's the grapist.
YouTube must be more sensitive than Instagram. It must be on Instagram. You can say the craziest thing and go viral.
See, that's
YouTube. I don't know. YouTube got all these rules, man.
It's rough out.
But
go ahead, get that one.
Was that, sir?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You.
Yeah. So that was what I wanted to say. Is there a way I could get in contact with the Dallas school? Like, do y'all have y'all's number or something where I could hit them up and go see them in person?
Absolutely. You're close to the Dallas location?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlington's right there.
Go hold on. Brother gonna give you the number to call.
Arlington,
Let's see
where they have all the stadiums. So that's where the Dallas Cowboys play. It's like a little suburb.
Like the Houston Astros and all that.
No, the Dallas teams. So the
Dallas
Cowboys. Yeah.
What other teams they got?
The Rangers.
Texas Rangers?
Yeah.
Baseball is in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hockey team. The Mavericks.
Right. Oh, they're in Dallas too? Oh, the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You almost got to get that one?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I got the
If anything, get that one. Give him your number.
My number, all right. Put my number on live, man. People been calling me crazy, saying crazy stuff. Somebody called me last week saying something crazy. Nah, I'm joking. All right, you got it, brother. You just contact me. I'll give you the correct number. All right, you ready for it?
All right, thanks.
Victor, you ready?
All right, it's 254 444.
Okay, you said 254.
444.
444.
2360.
2360, right?
All
right, thanks.
And that's what, brother. Last time somebody called my phone talking about he was the prophet Elijah. Tell me I need to change my life.
All right, we're gonna put you back on. Hold on, Degal. What you said?
Hold on.
So you said someone called you last week?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, somebody called me last week. I was getting some tacos, man. He called me. He was like, yeah, man, I appreciate what y'all brothers been doing. And I was like, oh man, appreciate it, brother. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm watching class, boom, boom, boom. He was like, but I'm Caucasian. I was like, oh damn, I just gave that man a brother. You know how that feels. He said it slip out. He's like, oh shit. Anyways, but I was like, okay, appreciate it anyway, whatever. He's like, but I can't deliver you a message. The world gonna end in next week. And you need to go ahead and change your life and all this crazy stuff. It's crazy, man.
You gotta change your life with that one.
Yeah, I told him that. He said, I said, I'm gonna change my life. He said, that's good, man. That's good. I don't know. I need my life to be changed.
Did you change your life?
I'm trying right now, man. I feel short though. I feel short. Hopefully, just let them know I feel short.
Listen, when you get your life right, you get yourself right.
Yeah, I get my life right, man.
All right, listen. See who the caller is.
I was another caller. I got called back.
No, that was him hanging up.
Oh yeah.
Listen, it's 12:03. This has been Cross the Line Radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Katada. However, today we got special guests, myself, Officer Ashar, Officer Gadaiwan down there in San Antonio, correct?
Austin.
Oh, sorry. Why is it San Antonio?
We gotta
y'all. I don't think y'all up north don't have no idea the landscape of Texas or where everything's at.
Not at all. Breaking down. I don't at all.
Y'all probably think everything like just 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
You got Killeen. Killeen is close to the brother say he was from Arlington. That's Dallas area. Then you got the Killeen and Killeen is
Texas.
Yeah, that's
north. Yeah, I think that's North Texas. Is it?
You don't even know where it's at.
Oh, because people from Texas don't be like North Texas, like Dallas,
northern Texas, or like is it middle of Texas, west coast? No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know it's Dallas, Dallas, Arlington area. Then I guess I'm guessing because it's middle. Austin's the capital of Texas.
Right, that's right.
So then San Antonio's about like an hour and a half away. Then Houston's about like 2 hours away. Then it's big, man.
We got Officer Gadaiwan from Austin, Texas, joining us, special guest, and then holding it down as usual with the computer, Officer Aishayala. Listen, it's been a great conversation we had with everyone. We appreciate everyone calling in, chiming in on the comment section.
To this, if y'all ain't get this,
listen. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Captain Katazai. He's down there in Texas right now. He got some of the sickest shirts. I gotta make a video that I want to show him with this. I have a whole video set up where I from the doorbell ringing to me looking out the door, no one's there, seeing the package out my door.
It's comfy and everything.
It looks dope. It got the fleur de lis on it. It got a crown on it. It comes with a sticker where there's a KKK member hanging.
I gotta see if I still. I
don't know, man. It's a racist shirt he got on.
No, it's a love shirt.
Extremely racist shirt.
That's extremely racist, man.
Love shirt.
That's extremely racist.
Yeah, I love seeing this guy hanging right here. I love this.
That's reverse racism right there. That's reverse racism. Y'all gotta stop that.
Reverse racism.
That is my prayer every day is for the Most High to reverse the racism.
Well, listen, this is Cross the Line Radio. The water to everyone tuning in and watching and participating. Listen, we appreciate y'all. Listen, we'll see y'all next week, next Thursday, Cross the Line Radio. Oh, I'm not sure because if everyone goes to Chicago, I really want to go to Chicago too.
Won't both captains be in Chicago? I
don't know what Captain Cotter is doing. I know he's getting things settled down in Texas, but we just have to see. But I know Captain Tazariak said earlier on one of his lives he's going to be in Texas, most likely this Sunday. So, but listen, thank y'all for tuning in. This is Cross the Line Radio. I'm Ashar Gapan. I got Ashayala right here next to me.